Just 5 more episodes on the Spider Farmer SF1000 100 watt grow light. This week we're going to talk a little bit about the light and growth stages for a large plant. Last week we discussed a little bit about the benefits of trying to flatten the plant out, and I showed where some of these stalks and leaves were coming out that I could push those down softly and try to flatten the plant out. Now, since that time, the plant has gone into a very robust explosion of growth. So last week at 18 inches, I was getting around 490 PPFD over the top of the canopy. Since that time, the plant has grown up into the light a lot more. It's seeking more light during this fruiting stage, and it's a lot wider as well, so deep and wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the light up from 80% to 100%. I'm going to pull it back up, but I'm going to maintain a little bit closer distance. I'm probably going to maintain about 12 inches above the plant. And currently it is about 8 inches over the top of the canopy. I would like to use 12 inches of height because that's going to spread that light over the top a lot better than what I'm doing right now. And let's take a quick look at the center of the plant with fruiting. And looking inside of the plant, you'll see that most of the golden zucchini are forming down in the base of the plant. There's 11 of these golden zucchinis that are forming. This is a parthenocarpic variety of squash. It doesn't need a pollinator. And these are about the size that I like to pick them. I like the baby size. They're perfect for stir fries. It's a very prolific plant. It seems to be doing quite well underneath the light. One other thing that I would suggest is some of the leaves, the original leaves that are on the plant, are way down on the bottom here. They're not getting as much light because of the new growth on top. You can see the area where it was kind of shaded out a little bit. I'm going to come in at the base of that with a pair of scissors, snip that off, being careful not to damage any other parts of the plant. And it's just general maintenance, just helps to keep the plant healthy. You don't want any struggling parts of the plant left on that. The fresh new leaves are the ones that I prefer to have remaining on the plant. Topping off the water, I have to get to the base here. There's 4 plates that lift, and that allows me to put water inside of the 6-gallon reservoir. Now, at this size, in the past, I was using a 3.5-gallon bucket. However, it gets more and more difficult to pour in when you have all this vegetation. So I've switched over to a 2-gallon watering can. It's made out of plastic. The long gooseneck on that allows me to get right in without splashing, and there's less cleanup. So that's something that you'll want to keep in mind as well. Using the ratcheting yo-yo hangers to suspend the light, I could just pull on these cords to raise the light up. I've got the 12-inch increment spacing for the hang height over the top of the plant right now. I'm going to turn the percentage knob on the side up to 100%, more intense light, and also by pulling the light up it spreads out more, and that's going to help drive the growth of this plant. I'm at a state right now that I'm just going to maintain by picking off fruit. You don't want any of those zucchinis to get too large because it tells the plant to kind of slow down on production. As a reminder, to get the most out of your light, you want to have the board as level as possible. These small plastic levels don't scratch the unit, and by just sitting the flat side across the top of the ballast area, you can adjust the two strings until the bubble's right in the center. That will drive most of your light down, and that's one of the things that helps me to get these huge plants out of a small 2x2 or 3x3 space. So if you'd like to grow large summer plants, 2x2 or 3x3 space is enough for a moderate sized plant. This particular plant is off in the corner. I've actually had to back up quite a bit to be able to show you the container as well as the plant. It is just that large. The Spider Farmer SF1000 grow light has proven itself. I've done about 11 weeks on this grow. I did want to bring you along with me on this particular grow journal because it's beneficial for anyone who's looking at indoor growing grow lights, in particular the Spider Farmer series of light, you know, if you're looking to do that in your particular indoor growing.